Kia ora whānau. Today we're going to do a drawing and it's going to be on one of your favourite soft toys, one of your teddies. They're really fun to do. If you don't have one of those, that's okay. I've found that you can use a piece of fruit and veg instead. They're also really good for drawing these sorts of pictures. So, first thing we're going to do, and I think this is the most important part of any drawing, is we're going to look at the shape. We have to find out what sort of shape the toy is to begin with. Okay, and we're looking at the whole picture of your teddy. What you need to do is you first need to place your teddy in front of you so you can see it, or you can hold it, have a look at it. Now, you want to look at the outside shape to see what sort of, well, what's a good idea to do is actually to have a few shapes in front of you like this, and to have a look at your toy and to try and work out which shape you think the outside overall shape of your teddy or your piece of fruit is. Now I'm looking at this and I've got a few shapes that I've just drawn out here. There's the pear shape, the round shape, it's a bit like an orange or an apple. That's an easy one, it's like a cucumber. Okay, I've got a square shape and an oval, which is kind of like a lemon too. Okay, so I'm going to first choose, looking at this soft toy that I've got here, what sort of shape I reckon that would be. Can you see which one you think it would be? Do you think it would be a pear, orange, a cucumber? It's definitely not the cucumber because that's long, skinny shape. And you've got an oval shape at the bottom. So I'm looking at this and it's wider at the base. His feet are like that. And it gets closer to the head. So for me, I think this one's a pear shape. So that's what I'd choose for that one. This one here, that's easy. That's actually a pickle. And you can see that one there would be the cucumber. This one here, okay, he's big and fat and round, isn't he? So for this one, his outline would be an orange or an apple. This is a bit of an unusual one. Looking at his shape, he's kind of narrow at the bottom and wide at the top. Okay, so if I was to turn my pear upside down, I think that's the outline that shape would be. So I think he's a pear like this one, but just upside down pear. Okay, and maybe one more, we'll have a look. What shape would you think that one is? Have a good look. Look at the outline. All the way around there. If I draw my pencil around it, I'm getting a shape coming to mind. And yep, I would say it's kind of like an oval shape. Right, so once you've looked at your toy and you've compared it to some shapes or even chosen a shape in your mind, now what we're going to do is we're going to draw that lightly as a broad outline for our picture. Okay, so remember my lammy, this one here, I decided was a pear. So I'm just going to lightly draw in a pear shape. Okay, now that's the overall outline that I'm going to use for my drawing. And that's step one finished. Easy, eh? So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to start drawing the face. And easy way to begin is on the nose and the smile. Okay, so you just follow what you can see, what sort of nose it is. It's a little line like this, okay, down the middle. And he's got a great big smile. He's a happy chappy. Okay, and you put those in there. Okay, then you can put in your eyes. Now, eyes are fun. Most eyes are in circle shapes. And the way you can do eyes, in 3 quick steps, you draw your circle. Step 1, you draw your circle. And step 2, you put in a little circle up the top. And that's a little bit of light that's reflected. Okay, and then step 3, you colour in everything but that little circle. Okay, so you've used 2 circles, 2 orange shapes, or 2 apple shapes. Okay, one small one inside the other one. And then you just colour it in like that. And that's your eyes. Okay, so that's what we'll do with our both eyes here. Just put a little orange shape there. Little orange shape there. And now carefully draw colour in. Nice and dark, but try not to colour in that little inside circle. Okay, that's that little bit of light that's reflected in the eye. And that makes the eyes look alive. Looks really nice. Okay, and now we're nearly finished our face. In fact, we have finished. We've done the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to finish his head. And I can see that he's got some ears coming off the side. Okay, and I'm now thinking about what shape those would be. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, they're kind of like they're actually a bit like that cucumber shape off both sides of his head. So just on the side there, I'm going to add in one cucumber on that side, one cucumber on that side. Okay, and that's pretty much the head done. We could actually just put in the top bit of hair, and it's kind of got a ruffled little bit of hair on the top. I'm going to go like that, and he's got some rough bits around where his fur comes all the way around but on his face. So I'm just going to add in those bits too, sort of like that. Kind of woolly, isn't he? Because he's actually a sheep. Okay, and then his face actually comes around like that too. Okay, so that's his head and face finished. For his ears, you might just see, you can see how they're folded over. There's a dark line given a crease there. So you might just want to put in a little line that indicates that. And the same on the other side. Okay, now we're going to move on to his body and his legs and his feet. And then it's just going to be just about finished. So I'm looking at his front legs, and I can see two more shapes here. The overall shape of those, they come right to the base, right to the bottom of his body. They're like two pickles. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go one down here, one down there. And at the bottom there, I can see another shape. And that's a round shape, just like an orange. So I'm going to put those in too. One there. One there. That one's a bit wonky, but that's okay. Okay, now his back legs, he's actually sitting on his backside, isn't he? So I can see his leg comes out, and that's a bit like a short pickle, and another orange on the bottom. So I'm going to draw the orange first, just like that, and then link his body to his foot. So it's coming in like that, and the same on that side. Now, if you look closely on this side, his foot is actually behind the other foot. Okay, so this is a new skill that some of you might not have done, but what you can do is you can draw that behind. Okay, so you're not going to draw it in front of this one or to the side. It's actually going to overlap. So this one here is going to overlap the back foot. So you're going to carefully just draw that circle, okay, around there, but you're not going to carry it on around there because this one's in front and that one's behind. Right, and then you're going to link to his body. Okay, and then he's got kind of a furry body again, hasn't he? So, a bit like that. Okay, put his bottom on there. And that's him done. That's the whole drawing drawn out. Now what we've got to do is we've got to clean up that first. So you can need a rubber for this job. You clean up those light lines that you drew in first. Take those out. Those are just, that was the pear shape that we put in initially. Okay, we don't want those now because we're finished with that. Okay, and that's your soft toy. There's your picture of your toy. Okay, and the last thing is you can choose to colour it in with colouring pens or colouring pencils. I'd stick to only two colours. He's just got a light brown colour for his skin and a nice creamy coloured for his soft fur. So I would just stick to two colours for this one. We've already done his black eyes and that's fine. I'm going to use my pencil to colour this. I'm not going to use colouring pencils, but you guys can choose which one you want to do. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of shading. Okay, just going to use my pencil for this. And there's his ears. The inside of his ears are a bit darker. And I can see he's darker inside here. And the bottom of his feet are a bit darker too. So I'm just going to add a little bit more shading down here. each of his feet. Like I said, you can choose which colours you want to use. I'm just going to use pencil. You can get some nice tone with pencil. But it'd be quite neat to see some colourful pictures finished by you guys. And I can see he's got a little bit of shadow on his bottom jawline around here. I'm just going to add a light bit of shading there to show that there's a little bit of depth in the picture. And that's pretty much it. There's a little bit of darkness around under there, a bit of shadow. And there you go. There's your Lemmy. Well, there's my Lemmy. Let me see what you guys can create. Good luck.